You're the person you always wanted to be before society messed you up.
The slabs is what you make it. If you want it to be your nightmare, it is perfectly willing to give you a nightmare. If you want it to be your dream, it'll do that one too.
Heaven and hell in one place. I would describe it as a dystopian utopia. It's never ceased to amaze me how intolerant the United States is as a nation when it comes to how they treat people. They don't like people who don't fit in. And this is where many of them have come as a last resort. Thousands of people living somewhere where no one else wants. But what really struck me and what I loved about this place was not just the community, but the celebration of individuality, because this was a place where you really could be proud of who you are and no one would judge you for it. And if there's one individual who represents that individuality, it's DNA.
From the roadside, it looks like something from Mad Max, and it belongs to someone called DNA.
Hello?
Hello?
Can I come up here?
Oh, hey. Yeah, come on in.
Hey.
What's up?
I love all the sandbags. It looks like dead bodies when I was walking in.
Yeah, I was worried about that when we were dragging them around, throwing them over the bank. What it would look like to somebody else.
Is all of this from...
Down in slabs. Yeah, everything. I didn't buy any material. I didn't buy any material except for like screws and welding wire, you know.
And who's welded all of this together?
I welded the bottom part of it. I welded anything that's welded, I welded on this, yeah.
Are you a metal worker, effectively?
No, just an artist in, construction.
An artist on a different level, though, DNA.
Well, trying to live, man. I'm not a failure. I'm just living. Struggle at times. No, I'm not a failure.
None of us are failings. Our failings are a part of who we are, but they're not the whole of us. As Winston Churchill once said, success is stumbling from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. For me, I've spent so much of my life doubting what I was capable of. And finally, through a series of challenges and immersions, I was becoming more comfortable in my own skin. I'm going to leave the final sentiments to two of the most philosophical, thoughtful people I've met on New Lives in the Wild, Georg and Bettina. Georg and Bettina were born in Austria and Germany, respectively. They met, fell in love. They had fled their respective countries, and they had moved to a very remote corner of southern Ireland, where they bought a little plot of land on a bog that no one else wanted. It was a barren, desolate, colourless landscape, but they could see the potential. And over the next few decades, they planted and nurtured and grew their own little utopia, a paradise, their own thin place.
So we grew with every tree